Welcome back to more Pokemon White 2. So last time we did the big monster series of movies, and yeah, we made a lot of money with them, that's a dang sure. Again, like I said, extremely good premise for a Pokemon movie, that's a dang sure. In Bookstore Studios, so yeah. And this time, like I was saying, we're actually going to go to Accumula Town first, but there is one little thing that we can do now. I don't think it's very important, but let's go to Opelucid. Now, the problem is I don't remember which house exactly, but thanks to Memory Link, we are able to get a temple. Thanks to, End's temple, or, yeah, End's temple. You also get our medals. We get Monster Movie Master. So now it's going out. And yeah, so we want to go get End's Temple for this. I guess there was someone who wanted to see a temple for something, so yeah, I guess I'll put Hydrona for the time being. Alright, and then all that we can head out to Route 2. That's going to be our next destination. So like I said, yeah, I don't remember exactly which house it is, but my gut feeling is this one. And yeah, I was right. I love Temple more than anyone. I'm a Temple fanatic. If I just had one more temple that they would sing together. If you have a temple, would you show it to me? Let's show End's Temple. I'm Temple excited. Finally, I have 6 temple in one place. Okay, Temple, show us those cute, lovely voice of yours. That was a wonderful choir. My love for Temple just gets deeper and deeper. Was a video I never heard that song. Really, seriously, thanks. Wanna hear the Temple song again sometime? You can turn back to me, okay? Yeah, it's not much. It's one of those like events that you need the specific Pokemon. It doesn't really do much. It's just kind of an extra thing. There's actually one in Accumula Town as well, and that one's a lot harder to trigger actually. So yeah, but yeah, the reward is a lot better than that. But anyway, I just kind of want to show that. Yes, it's one of those rare events that is easy to do, I guess you could say, with the Pokemon that are available to you. So yeah, the other ones are a little bit harder, I think. But anyway. So that done, yeah, we're gonna head out. So yeah, let's go on to Vitra, let's go Striaton. And yeah, like I said, yeah, last part I mentioned that, yeah, we gain levels. Everyone but Vitra and Serena did, and I got a PV Max, so yeah, again, not much to say there. Hey, there's actually, hey, I forgot, we probably want to go join our V2. This is why I probably should explain that, yeah, we're going to be going to Accumula Town, but yeah, like I said, yeah, there's something in Accumula Town that will really help us out in the Dream Yard. So yeah, mainly for Black 2 players. White 2 players, I mean, they'll still benefit from this, but yeah, not as much as those Black 2 players, so yeah. Because yeah, we got a version exclusive legendary Pokemon in the Dream Yard, and yeah, let's just say that, yeah, it's one of the best to have around, so yeah. So that'll be fun to talk about. Because yeah, it's kind of weird because yeah, this is not, White Kyurem, but I think they're a lot more useful than White Kyurem, to be honest, so yeah. Yeah, let's just go buy our stuff. I haven't been doing Drawing that much, to be fair. I think it's just, again, I want to make sure I get enough sleep these past, I want to make sure I got enough sleep this past week, and also, again, I think at this point I don't really need to do daily stuff because again, Pokemon are in a good place EV-wise. Again, I still can do stuff with Ronan, but I think I know when I would like to, so yeah. And it's not right now, I think. Say there's that. Let's look at the Dingy Stone here. Say again. The only shop left is Lottery, which again, it's very hard to rank up unless a gym leader pops up because yeah, no one really wants to go there, so yeah. Yeah, I'll definitely make sure to get these, because again, if I do want to EV Train, if I do want to EV Train Ronan again, yeah, we're definitely going to get a lot of those, so yeah. can make a lot of money too. Just, you know, got a lot of star pieces last time, so yeah. Yeah, Focus SG is definitely good for give you that money, so yeah. So again, yeah, it definitely feels like, yeah, things are winding down, so of course, I'm thinking about my next playthrough as well. That one's gonna be an interesting one, so yeah. But again, I did mention this to my friend too, but yeah. Oh, we got number 2, nice. So yeah, very close to that number 1. Rare candy, I'll definitely take that. Even though they're not that hard to get, to be fair, so yeah. If I wanted to, yeah, I can definitely get my Pokemon to level 100 if I really want. I think it's definitely very possible, so yeah. And we'll buy these, and then we'll buy the last couple of berries, and then we'll be good. So yeah. And like I said, yeah, I might need these berries just in case for Ronin, so yeah. There we go. So again, yeah, things are really wide now with this playthrough, I must admit. But yeah, it still feels like there's still a good amount to do though. You know, yeah, we're gonna be almost at Uvema Town, so yeah. It's definitely a very surreal feeling, that's the thing, sure, so yeah. Again, I've been like on this game for a really long time, it feels like, so yeah. Anyway. So that's that. Alright, so now we can head out to the next route, finally. And yeah, it does take a while to do everything which one I made too, which is also a thing, I guess, so yeah. Anyway, now for real, let's go Striaton, and yeah, let's do this. Let's, yeah. Head down to Route 2. That's our next stop. I don't want to use the bike for this route. So we got some trains to fight. I thought I had Rust and Grass for some reason, and we actually have one new Pokemon to talk about. Let's fight you first. Actually, not train. What could be the perfect instrument for me? For example, I want a strong impact. An impact as strong as a Pokemon, a tough ability like Solid Rock that reduces the power of super moves. A Pokemon like that, please show it to me. I think probably the easiest way to do that is to get a tier 2 go with the ability. So yeah, that's probably what I would do. My one has Sturdy, I'm pretty sure, so unfortunately we can't do that, so yeah. Anyway, what you got? Beedrill Volby, go my beastly bug type Pokemon. Alright. So yeah, now let's talk about the new Pokemon, this route, Saturno Diamond. So, I'm joking, it's Lickitung. So Lickitung is a very weird normal type Pokemon and evolves into Licky if it has a rollout. So, its abilities are kind of strange, but both are not bad to be honest. Don't tell me if it's confusion. It's actually kind of good in something like Heart Gold. Like every important train feels like they have Confuse Ray on their Pokemon. So yeah, that's not bad. But anyway, back to what I'm actually talking about. The other one's Oblivious and Defense Threat, another annoying ability that's normally kind of hard to stop, so yeah. So again, you can't really go wrong with either, and I'm pretty sure both of them got buffed to block other things in later games too, so that's pretty neat, but anyway. So as Pokemon Licky is what we'll mainly focus on. It learns a lot of weird moves for your level up, like Me First, Power Whip, Ring Out. It's actually probably one of the best Pokemon with Ring Out, because it can special attack a little bit, so yeah. So that's interesting, and yeah, just again, it just learns a lot of weird moves for your level up. But TM-wise though, it's a normal type Pokemon. We know what to expect. It gets a lot of good coverages, and it's actually pretty good at using basically all of them, so yeah. We're talking, you know, Ice-type moves, Fire-type moves, Electric-type moves, Earthquake, Shadow Ball, even Dragon Tail, Swords Dance, and Explosion. It has Stab Explosion, which is pretty neat. Pokemon uses those kinds of moves. Not as good as it was in the last generation, but again, it is worth noting. Even gets Dreamy for some reason, and then for Ekmus, I think, yeah, the main one that people are going to be... I mean, there's a decent amount of good options here. I think, yeah, one of the main ones people are going to be looking at is Belly Drum. Because, you know, that massive attack power, but again, it is very slow, so you're going to need Trick Room to make that work. But Curse is also pretty good too. And yeah, Climber, Muddy Water for some reason, and Zenhepa also multiple moves, I think. Oh yeah, we also need Cut for the Street and Strength, so we'll probably need to come back to this later. And Mirror Tutors, not as good as the TMs because they're all weaker moves than what the TMs give you. The trainer catches another trainer's eye. That is the start of the Pokemon battle. So yeah, so again, yeah, we're talking like, you know, punches, Aqua Tails, so yeah. Again, I mean, Aqua Tails is pretty good, but other than that, yeah, again, there's better coverage elsewhere, so yeah, so that's kind of the deal with, Licky. And now, yeah, we'll talk about the stats. So again, this Pokemon is pretty well balanced, to be honest, in what it does. So yeah, 110 HP alongside 95 defenses, that's not too bad, but again, you only have 50 speed, so yeah, that's why it has that good ult. You can maybe take a few hits, but again, being a normal type Pokemon, it doesn't resist anything, so that means it can, you know, get worn down very quickly. That's to be one big risk of using it. And then after that, yeah, it actually has mixed defenses. It has 85 attack and 80 special attack. It doesn't hit particularly hard, but again, it does have a lot of ways to boost this and it has amazing fight coverage. So yeah, so you can definitely take advantage of those. So again, it's definitely a Pokemon I want to use on a playthrough. I think, yeah, Hardcore, this is probably the game where I would use it. I think Licky Tongue's not too bad to get in that game. It's a bit late is the problem, but I guess that's the worst thing in the world. What? You're too strong. So again, and again, with all that coverage, there's definitely a lot of fun to be had. And also, the explosion, I don't remember where, actually, yeah, it's in Kanto, if I remember correctly. But yeah, having that as an option is really nice. Because again, that explosion will probably knock out most things, because again, in general, it has defense. So yeah. So that's very good for, you know, some of the really difficult trainers at the end of the game. So yeah. Anyway. So that last trainer we fought had all the Null type Pokemon you see at the start of each generation. But yeah, we're gonna have a bit of whiplash though, we're fighting a veteran. I've asked myself if it really is natural Pokemon live with people. Still not come with an answer, but you can still battle together. So I guess, I mean, this is actually kind of topical now I think about, but anyway. I actually watched a video of Pokemon Diamond yesterday, and that actually got me thinking about a little something. Like, yeah, again, I don't think Pokemon Diamond is that good, but again, I did actually play it with my brother a little bit until he got Platinum, so yeah. And I missed, fortunately. He has Rain Dance, which is interesting. Yeah, so I have some fond memories of that. But yeah, Diamond, yeah, I played that for quite a bit, and then yeah, my brother would let me play Platinum after a little bit too, and that was fun. Yes, again, Platinum was his game basically, so yeah. Anyone that will still one-shot things, even with the Intimidate, I guess we'll find out. If we do have a bad matchup, then yeah, I'll get out of there, especially if it's a war type Poke with the rain up. This Slowbro here, so yeah, in the big monster series, yeah, we fought a lot for Slowbros in every movie, so I got me wondering if that's supposed to be a reference to something, so yeah. Anyway, yeah, he's got the Surf. I'll do a pretty decent amount, but yeah, we'll be able to one-shot him back, so yeah. So let's go for the Thunderbolt. Yeah, I really like Slowbro too. That's another Pokemon I wouldn't mind using one day as well, so yeah. I think I have used it a little bit before, so yeah. Yeah, the rain is gone, and yeah, he's in like the zone, so yeah, we're just gonna go into Lacey once again. So he has a sort of rain team on his side. So let's see. Again, he probably doesn't have much to touch me either. Yeah, he just goes on the way, so yeah, we'll go for Earthquaker. And yeah, this should be pretty simple. So yeah. So there you go. And yeah, we go for the Flash Can here. Well, he goes for the Flash Can. We'll take that not too badly, and then yeah, we'll just knock him out. So yeah, again, I feel better about Diamond than I do, obviously, BDSP, and I think the main reason why is, again, it is the first DS Pokemon games. Lots of things are stirred by battling. So yeah, again, it definitely has its problems. It definitely is completely outclassed by Platinum, but yeah. Hang in though. I'm willing to go a bit easier when compared to BSP because again, BSP feels like kind of a slap in the face, in my opinion. Because again, I was really wishing it to be, you know, the definitive experience, or, you know, trying to do its own thing when compared to the Gen 4 games, but to be honest, it doesn't really fit that for me, so yeah. Overall, I'm feeling well, so I'm not walking in the tall grass. Oh wait, you have 8 badges, eat, I'm so embarrassed. I already know this stuff, so I should try to show off. Yeah, it's kind of surreal going through an early era of this and you're this strong, so yeah. That's crazy. Bring forth your beautiful views. That's for my lovely Pokemon. So yeah, again. Again, yeah. I think, yeah, the main reason why my brother's like, yeah, let's not get it was, yeah, again. Platinum exists, and we can always go back to Platinum, so there's no reason to. So, you know. Yes, again, BSC doesn't really bother to do anything. Well, I wouldn't say it doesn't bother to, but yeah, it feels like it didn't want to be definitive. It kind of just wanted to be a remake of Diamond, right? And that kind of, yeah. That's just kind of the thing, too. It kind of feels a bit unnecessary. Is again, you could argue that Platinum is basically the Diamond and Pearl remake, so yeah. It's more like a re-release, obviously, but yeah. It basically does everything that needed to be done for Diamond and Pearl, and BSP doesn't really add anything that Platinum needed to have, so yeah, I think that's kind of how it feels, so yeah. Maybe level 82. And here's a Taillow. So yeah, again, this also uses the birds this time that you would find on early routes, so yeah. And a lot of these are actually good, so yeah, or they become pretty good Pokemon. Except for this one, I guess. Yeah, Gen 6 though, yeah, had the Gale Wings ones, so yeah. They are willing to make those quite powerful. So, yeah, it's kind of weird though, because they can be very hit or miss, because again, next generation was, you know, the Fletchling line. That becomes Talonflame, obviously. Then after that, you got Toucannon, which is a very odd Pokemon. Definitely not as good as Talonflame, but then after that, you have Corviknight, so yeah. So again, if you're kind of all over the place with these Pokemon, so yeah. This is gonna hurt a lot, by the way. It's yeah, weakened us and then it strengthened us again. Alright, so yeah. So that's a bit annoying. They will keep up Iron Head here, hopefully. And there we go. Take out the opposite. Yeah, I don't even know what my attack is, I assume it's at neutral. Even though they lost, I thought that's still cute. So yeah. Doesn't anyone wonder what a remake of this game would be like? Oh boy, anyway. With Black and White, I guess it's easier because it's like, if you just do what BDSP did, I mean, people will be pissed off, but at least, you know, there isn't another version that does better things than, you know, Black and White. So yeah, because Black and White 2 is a sequel, so you can't really, you know, add stuff from that game unless you want to hint at it happening. Again, Black and White's definitely one of the hardest games to remake, I must admit. Is again, like I said, it has a sequel afterwards, so yeah. So we'll see how that potentially happens, but we have Winds Ways to look forward to first, and that's the game I really wanted. I guess you could say. I don't really want another remake, especially because, yeah, I think Legend CA filled that quota quite well, to be honest, so yeah. Going back to, you know, Kalos and stuff with the new Mega Evolutions, so yeah. Anyway, we are Hidden Grottos, so time to talk about some more new Pokemon. So, yeah. More Chocolate Analytic can appear here again. No, what? You know the guy at the ledge of Route 19, he's our rival. Yeah, that's what I thought. So, you got some more Pokemon to find here. And it's a Herdier. Actually, no, there is one Pokemon you find here, right? I kind of forgot about that, so yeah. I think that's why I had the repels, so yeah. 2 years ago, I parted ways with my Pokemon. Yeah, in my heart, I never stopped being a Pokemon trainer. So yeah, well, if like you, let's talk about this Pokemon. So yeah, I thought about Warchog. Then after we got Gramble and Ral. This is the rare encounter, and Ral is like not great. Because it makes it so that, yeah, if it gets hit by Bug, Dark, and Ghost, I think it gets a speed increase. That's neat and all, but yeah, I don't know. Compared to like Intimidate and I think Quick Feet it also gets. Yeah, that's definitely the weakest of its abilities, so yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of that. Then though, we get the Nidorans. Both Nidorans can appear here, and they have Hustle, which becomes Sheer Force when they're fully evolved. Now this is what I'm talking about. Nidoking is probably one of the most fun Sheer Force Pokemon around, because yeah, it has it's probably one of the most fun Sheer Force Pokemon around, because yeah, it has the coverage to match, because yeah, it gets a lot of coverage boosts, just like, you know, a normal type Pokemon would. And all of them basically get the Sheer Force boost. They can use stuff like Ice Beam and Flamethrower, alongside, you know, Earth Power and stuff like that. And then, yeah, it will do a really good job. My brother really adores Nidoking, and yeah, once I got Sheer Force, yeah, there's more reason to do so. And it got better in the next generation too, because now it could use its Poison Stab to some very good effect. This time I'll defeat the early Pokemon Trackers. It's not like the most powerful thing in the world, but it is certainly one of the most fun, so yeah. That's the thing, sure. Nidoqueen is not a bad Pokemon in her own right either, so yeah. But anyway, here it is. Purloin! This is the last Ends Pokemon in the game, so yeah. And yeah, this is the Pokemon we first saw him use as well, so yeah. Good that it appeared right on cue, so let's go for the quick pull here. And that should be it. So yeah, so good thing you don't need a grind for this. That's the thing, sure. So there we go, we got the Purloin. And we already called Purloin, so yeah, there you go. Alright. So we're gonna need a lot of things coming. We need to use HM moves. Here's a Jigglypuff. Oh yeah, Jigglypuff would be a new Pokemon, but I actually have it listed for the Dreamyard encounters, so yeah, I guess I'm gonna save Jigglypuff for that then. But you can also fit on this route if you decide to go first. That's kind of the thing. You can definitely encounter these Pokemon on different floors than I am, so yeah. Balance between Pokemon trains is a series of bears you can't run from. I mean, more than anything, you can't run away from other trains and probably beloved Pokemon, so yeah. Alrighty. So I think, yeah. And yeah, the Outbreak is on Route 3, apparently. Good on you, trainer. The attribute also says information about mass upgrades. Be sure to check it. I'm imagining what led all this fight next to the electric bulletin board. It makes me so happy. So I think, yeah, what we'll do is, yeah, let's go to Pokemon Center. We got this music once again. Yeah, I think, yeah, we're gonna need a lot of Pokemon actually to come out. So yeah, I think I'm actually gonna go for this route backwards again. Because yeah, the cut tree was there and stuff. But anyway, it's actually timid in nature, which is not bad. You could use Dark Pulse with it then. And I think Grass Knot, but the problem is again, Purloin does have the best coverage in the world, so yeah. And again though, it does the 30 IVs obviously, it's just that yeah, it does start at a very low level, so yeah. Anyway. So yeah, I guess I'll put away Antonia for the time being. And yeah, let's, like I said, let's go through the street backwards this time. Alrighty, so yeah, let's fly. Let's go back to Striaton. I also need to heal, but yeah, we can do that in a little bit. I think, yeah, what we'll do is explore, and then, yeah, we'll do something fun in Accumula Town. I think, yeah, we'll do in this part, I think. This will be a decent one part then. Anyway, let's cut this down. More trainers. Alright, so yeah, let's go for Logic on Tracy here. I wasn't expecting more trainers, but anyway. I always lose, but I just want to see my Pokemon use that moves that do that best. I guess you could say that's how I feel about competitive battling, because I'm not very good at it, so yeah. Anyway, you have 5 Pokemon, but they're free. I wonder if you use early game bug type Pokemon, let's find out. So yeah. Again, yeah, definitely no good competitive battle. That's also why Champions doesn't really appeal to me either, but yeah. And you know, I'm glad to see the update though. I guess I could talk about it because I think it's a lot more of what I like to see basically. You got obviously more Helldines and more Pokemon. That's always, you know, good to see. No, it just looks like you have random bug type Pokemon. And then yeah, I like the Mega Evolution abilities a lot for this time around. Again, there's definitely some Pokemon that need more than what they got, like Scolipede and Malamar. Mala's funny because it got contrary like its, previous form. But again, with its stat layout though, it's not enough. It really needed something like, like Electros got, where it was contrary and something else. So yeah. It's again, like I said, yeah, people on really impressive stats, they were hoping it would get something really powerful to make up for that. Unfortunately, it did not. So yeah. But then the other part that contrary is actually really good because of double battles. You could do a lot with it. So yeah. Yeah, this guy's actually the counterpart for the other person who's blood test in the shoot. Right, that makes a lot of sense. So yeah. Yes, yeah, they're using like the opposite Pokemon they did. So yeah. Your Pokemon, that was amazing. I don't really want to use John Trace. I mean, John Trace is too high level. Oh, that's okay. Yep. And no, actually, no, they leveled up in that battle, so that's what I was aiming for. But now they're close to another level up, so there you go. Yeah, you level up really fast in this game thanks to Charge Road, so yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if we do end up close to level 100. Anyway, with direct guys, I could very well get to level 100 if I really want. Anyway, here's a lot of P-Max, just keep throwing them at me. So yeah, not that complain though, because again, for Light Tree Hollow, that's gonna be very, very nice. So yeah. Even with the Elite 4, it might not be so bad either, so yeah. But anyway, let's use Strength once again. And let's go get this item. A Calcium. Not as good as the item was a black and white, but that's okay. Let's head out. Again though, I did like what they did with Electros and Pyro, giving them new abilities that are pretty good. Pyro probably isn't, gonna be a meta Pokemon, but at least, got something unique, so yeah. I mean, just that, yeah, why use that when you use Zard Y, when Zard Y also supports other team members, right? So yeah, I think that's just kind of the thing. If you could use both of them together though, I do think that, yeah, there'd be some discussions, so yeah. Anyway, there is something funny you can do on this route. If you call Enge Joltik, oh, this is not a route, but hey. If you got Enge Joltik, then you can also do something funny here as well. The other thing, you probably need a Pokemon like Steelix and Gyarados. But anyway, something large, because yeah, you might be catching on to what we're doing. Yeah, more Quick Balls, which is nice, and Repeat Balls too. You're catching the same Pokemon over and over again, which I like to do, to try and get, better natures and IVs, so yeah. I don't know what this is. Oh, it's in the trash, right. Yeah, Max Repel. Let's talk to everyone in Accumula. See my no, she popped out of the swaying tall grass just to meet me. That's pretty neat. But yeah, this was like becoming a meme because of the walking for it, anyway. Feel Universe should really look up to the hero and Pokemon that found this place. That Shade Team Plaza try to use those things to advantage. Trainers raise Pokemon, Pokemon make trainers strong. It's always been that way and always will. It's not a solid fault. In good times or bad, Pokemon will stay by your side. You don't need anything more than that, right? These are Pokeballs I got longer. I'm giving them to you. So yeah, there you go. I want to catch every Pokemon Pokeballs. That's something I'm focused on. Yeah, I know one person did a Pokemon Challenge run and they refused to catch anything other than the Pokeballs, so yeah. That's just kind of how it is. I'm kind of the opposite. I wanna at least try to make it so that every Pokemon's a different Pokeball, although yeah, obviously I can't always do that. But I mean, there's some rock paper scissors though. It is very cool you can do that though. Which one I picked to be upon the beginning? Oh really, it was Oshawott? Okay, I'll quiz you about Oshawott. Is Oshawott's height 2 meters, I think? I don't think it is. Yep. And is it 13 pounds? I don't think it is. Nah, it is, so yeah. Lucky you can repeat this, so yeah. And yeah, your gift is a water gem, so that's pretty neat. I think it's fun. Pokemon can be a lot bigger or smaller than you imagine. Alright. Guess what I know? Pokemon can only know 4 moves at one time. True Navi, one was like now. And Pokemon just use 1 moves are playing. The triplets and Stratasy often head over to Route 2. They could be your trainers of Pokemon that are really tough. Alright. Your bag is full of weak Pokemon, strong Pokemon, cool Pokemon, key Pokemon. At any rate, there sure are lots of Pokemon in there. Wow, you have that great bag that could store anything. Put this in there too. Nice, a ball mushroom. That sells for a lot. I don't mean any of you that put them to use, but I also put to collect. Do you use them or collect them? The moment my lollipop of Volna heard him, my eyes started watering. It was just so happy somehow. I was just happy somehow. Yeah, it's a good feeling when you see a Pokemon evolve like that for the first time. Again, I told a story before, but I didn't know that Krokorok had an evolution until I saw Crocodile for the first time. You know what? I love high places like this, really big things. So I've ever got big ones too. What I mean by big, is being more than 70 feet tall. I do not have that though, so yeah. And yeah, here's something kind of interesting. I think the pianos are much fun lately. Maybe what I need to hear is a cry with a wonderful melody. That might get my imagination going. Do you know about this? A Pokemon called Kricketot has a cry that sounds like an instrument. I'm sure I'd like to hear it sometime. Alright. Well, this is my drum. And my heart, as well as my heart beats, I'll keep on drumming. So that person, it's either a Kricketot or a Whismur. It could be version different related. But yeah, around this, it's gonna be hard to get. I don't know if Kricketot even is in this game. You might need to transfer in and something like that. What's this? You need a Pokemon somehow resemble one another. I'm sure you came to look like one another during all the time you spent together. I wonder which person was the first person in the world to get along with Pokemon. You like Pokemon? Yes, you have Pokemon with you, so I'm sure you do. Sorry to bother you, but I like low places like this, little tiny things. Type Pokemon are the most interesting. I do like Pokemon that have a height of 8 inches or less, but do you have any type Pokemon? If you do, could you show me? Wow, amazing, Joltik is so tiny. I wonder if you like doing with Joltik. I bet I get a way different outlook on life. Those are to get you excited. Tiny pigs are super interesting. Use your Pokédoll for that. I think the other person gives you a Pokétoy. And so many tiny Pokemon are super interesting. Sure, like if you show me one again tomorrow. Like you, the fungus looks just like a Pokeball. So there you go. The Joltik's the smallest Pokemon, so yeah, it's easy to remember to do that. Wow, Pokemon, how cool, I'm so jealous. Just kidding, I'm a Pokemon trainer now. Just like the trainer from UVM I met 2 years ago. I'm going to show what I am. There's no right on the other side still. I like Spain tempting it over. This is not good. Trainers should always keep a smile on your face. If you're not smiling, Pokemon feel like something's wrong, you know? Look carefully to see what you'll see that even if it's a single card Pokemon, each individual has its own nature and strengths. And you just can't find common ground type of Pokeball. I think my husband might be taking it easy on me. Sometimes you fight with others because they're different from you, but sometimes you like them because they're different. Sometimes I don't get it. Alright, there's one person there, but we're gonna need a Pokemon. So yeah. Which one though? You trade an Ambipom for an Excadrill. Well, I don't want to get rid of Lacey's, so let's go get another Excadrill. Put her inside. And let's go take a look. Hey, I'm gonna be going back to this piece box a lot, by the way, so yeah. So yeah, Joltik did what they needed, so yeah, let's put them back. And yeah, that's all the info right there. Alright, so yeah, I got an extra here called Kobayashi, so yeah, let's put him here. And yeah, now we're gonna go trade them. And yeah, the drum is still playing, that's pretty neat, so yeah. Yeah, let's make sure I trade the right one. There you go, that's Kobayashi. So I'm gonna send this to Diana, and Diana's gonna give us an Ambipom. Ambipom's a pretty neat multi Pokemon. This one has pickup for its ability though, so not as good as it could be, but then again, the thing about this Pokemon is that it actually gets a lot of good echoes, so yeah. Well, one in particular. that really synergizes well with it. And it's called Ambidexter, which is a very funny name. My Ambon is nasty part. I'll make sure you extra. I'll make it extra really strong, so let's balance the time, okay? Let me see if I can find Amber Palm. I don't remember where it would be in the Pokedex, so yeah, that's a bit annoying. There it is. So again, yeah, this one has pickup, no Technician, unfortunately. Like I said, Technician is probably its best ability, so yeah. And yeah, it has Citrus Ray, it has Swing, which is kind of funny to think about. And Skilling's also really good as a hidden ability. Level up, it's alright. One of its best moves is Double Hit, which is why it needs to evolve as well. Because with Technician, it's pretty strong. I think it might even be strong in return. And yeah, it has some decent coverage, like Shadow Claw and Aerial Ace, but yeah, too bad Shadow Claw doesn't get the Technician boost. Payback does, and I think it's not bad because of that. U-Turn's also not bad, and then yeah, Egg moves are important because it gets Fake Out. With Technician, Stab, Fake Out, that's actually pretty strong, especially with a Silk Scarf. So yeah, not bad to think about. And the other moves it gets aren't too bad either, like Switcheroo, Agility, Counter even, Screech, Pursuit. So there's a lot of pretty decent moves. Now Mewtwo's, I remember when I used this as a Platinum, I made use of some of these. It gets the Punches, even gets Gunk Shot and Seed Bomb. Not too many Technician moves though, which is a bit of a shame. And then obviously the stats, not bad. It has 100 attack and 115 speed, so yeah, everything else is not great, but yeah. As a fast North type Pokemon, it's pretty neat to be honest. Again, I saw how good this thing could be in a playthrough. When I used it in Platinum, it wasn't that amazing in my opinion, but I think it was because I didn't have Fake Out on it. If I did try to get Fake Out on though, yeah, I think I could have had a lot of fun with it, so yeah. Man, though, like I said, yeah, we're going to be going back to this PC box a lot, so yeah. So we'll put Ambidexter in, yeah. Jolly Nature is probably one of its best natures, so yeah. So there we go. Let's get Antonia back. And you got Serena, which is good for what's coming up, so yeah. Alright. Because yeah, this person's special because yeah, they want to battle us now, so let's go ahead and do that. The answer I got from you is like really strong. I'm sure you'll be bowled over. Hey, if it's alright with you with the other Pokemon battling me, okay, here we go. We'll have an actual match so you can really see how Raise extra. Alright. So yeah, let's see what they can do. Obviously this is Diana, and yeah, this thing up, Kobayashi, because yeah, if you nickname the Pokemon, yeah, you'll stay nicknamed, just like in Black White, which I will is really cool. So yeah, we're gonna go for the Earthquaker. And yeah, that should do well, so there you go. Oh, what happened extra? Yeah, that was so fun. Hey, if it's alright with you, could you give me a Hippowdon? I'll trade you my Alakazam. Alright, so yeah, this is why you want Hippowdon. Again, Hippowdon's hard to get because you need a swarm in the desert resort, so yeah. Yeah, the Pokemon you do get though is very useful, so yeah, that's why we're going to, that's why I decided to go here first, mainly, so yeah. Anyway. So once again, let's put away Antonia. Let's get that Hippowdon that's been sitting around here. How's it go? So yeah. There you go. So let's, yeah. Trade this one off. So yeah, let's trade Hippowdon for this Alakazam. So let's do that. And of course, because I nicknamed it, yeah, it's gonna have this thing where you battle it, so that's fun, obviously. And again, Alakazam, which is a very good Pokemon, obviously. And it's called Beardy, which is a very funny name as well, so yeah. My Alexander's Psycho Cut. Okay, I'll make up a battle really tough this battle sometime, okay? Alright, so yeah, let's find Alakazam. So again, Alakazam is one of those Pokemon that are very simple and easy to understand. This one is synchronized for its ability, which is actually a really good thing, because if you have a look at Beardy, Beardy has a timid nature, so yeah, and also Lumberry too. So that means that yeah, you can synchronize timid natures onto Pokemon, so for your fast special attackers, Beardy is very nice to have. Now, of course, Alakazam got a major buff in this game with Magic Guard's ability. Too bad we don't have access to that, but Synchronize is also not too bad. But yeah, the other moves are exactly what you expect. You get Psychic type moves. This one is kind of close to Psychic, but you're at the TM obviously, so yeah. You can get Calm Mind too. I can use other moves like Recover as well, but yeah. Considering how much later in the business we are, I think Alakazam wants to go all offense. So yeah, that's what I would do. And yeah, it has some good TMs to do this with. Of course, Shadow Ball and Focus Blast are the main ones that come to mind. Again, you kind of use screens, but again, Alakazam's not the bulkiest Pokemon in the world, so that could be difficult. It also gets the support moves too, other support moves should be saying, like Thunder Wave for example, so yeah. Not a bad selection of moves right there. Let's heal up once again. And then, yeah, Mutails don't give it much. Oncle's the main move, because, yeah, it gets a lot of physical moves that's not very good at using. Actually, there's Egg moves, sorry. Oncle's neck move. Because I saw the punches, I thought Mewtwo. Then for the Mewtwo's, it actually gets Foul Play, which is kind of funny, but I wouldn't use that. Signal Beam is probably one of the main ones here. Because again, like I said, I guess the punches were not really useful for it. Trick is also pretty good if using a choice item. And then, yeah, the stats obviously, 135 special attack and 120 speed. That's still pretty good nowadays, it's just that, again, the rest of the stats aren't great. Only its 85 special defense is kind of good, everything else is 55 or lower, so yeah. I keep forgetting about Antonio. So again, yeah, Alakazam has been one of my favorites since I first laid eyes on it, so yeah. It's always a Pokemon I really like using, because again, it's normally very strong, so yeah. Anyway though, let's do one more of these battles with Diana, and then yeah, this is the last fight I can do, but yeah, considering the Alakazam you get, it's not a bad reward. And yeah, Alakazam, yeah, it's actually kind of a controversial Pokemon in Gen 5 competitive battling, because yeah, Magic Guard and Focus Sash meant that yeah, it is guaranteed to live one attack, even if, you know, Sand is in play, Stealth Rock is in play, so yeah, it was actually very threatening because of that, so yeah. And yeah, if you didn't want the Sash for some reason, you can obviously go for the Life Orb, so yeah. Anyway though, I think Serene is up for this battle too. The battle I got for is really strong, I'm sure it'd be bowled over. Hey, if it's alright with you, with the other Pokemon battle me? Yeah. So now we'll fight her Hippowdon, but that's not all though, because yeah, she decided to make a Sand team with her. As you're about to see. So yeah, here's Kazuka. Let's take him on. So yeah, we'll go for the acrobatics here. I don't think I taught Stone Edge back, so yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. After this battle, I thought I did, but that's okay. And yeah, it took it pretty good. Of course I caught it, so that's why. But yeah, goes with Double Edge, now we'll go for another acrobatics. And we'll take out Kazuka there. There you go. And yeah, here's a Sandeep. She's got a nice Sandra Stoutland in the back. Fortunately though, it's not fast enough for Serena, so there you go. And then her last is a Sand Veil Sand Slash, so yeah. You even call it she got the extra drill, but I'm pretty sure that was probably because, again, it would be hard to program the same extra drills, so yeah. But yeah. Oh, what happened to Paldon? But I can definitely see her wanting both of these to do some sand setup. And it's so glad we were able to trade Pokemon and have a battle. But yeah, that was definitely one of my favorite things to do in the Black White playthrough. Because yeah, around I traded a Petal, and I gave Petal Rifle's very thin nickname, so yeah. That time, yeah, I couldn't think of super thing names, but again, I'm happy with what I decided to go with, so yeah. Okay, let's heal up. Let's teach Stone again, and we'll call this a good part. Went on a lot longer than I thought it would, so yeah. There, yeah, we're done with Route 2 and Accumula Town. So yeah, next time, I think we're finally going to take on the Triad, which actually means that, yeah, we need Braviary again, but that's okay. So yeah, let's, do that. I'll get Braviary back, because we're going to need both Cut and Strength for the Dream Yard. So I put Antonio here now. And yeah, like I said, yeah, before I forget, once again, is yeah, it seems like something, even if I don't remember to teach Stone Edge, if I delete it for something else, I'm gonna forget to put it back on. I guess that's just kind of the thing, but anyway. So I'll get Stone Edge back. I can't remember if I had U-turn or not, so yeah, that's why I want Stone Edge, so yeah. Yes, I'm pretty sure I did try to get U-turn, I'm not 100% sure though, so yeah, I'm not gonna risk it. I know I went for Sword Stance though, because a lot of my Pokemon can learn it, and it could be nice Antonio, but anyway. So like I said, we're not done yet. Next time, we're gonna head out. We're gonna go to the Dream Yard and see what's waiting for us there, so yeah, look forward to that. And I'll see you guys again for that.